The following is a message from the Superintendent of Santa Fe Public Schools, Dr. Veronica C. Garcia, about the safety and security at our schools.
Hello, my name is Dr. Veronica C. Garcia, and I have the honor of being superintendent here in the Santa Fe Public Schools. I felt it was very important for me to speak directly to the high school students here in our district. I want you to know that your safety and the safety of our staff is a top priority for us. On a personal note, I also want you to know that I'm a mother and a grandmother. My children are the ages of some of your teachers, and my grandchildren, my oldest, is going into high school. So I want you to know that every decision I make, be it to send out a robocall, to close school, to shorten the day, to work with the police, how we investigate, every decision around safety is made as though one of my children or one of my grandchildren were in our schools. Every decision, I take this into consideration. If it's necessary to close school, and the reason I say that, people have asked, well, why didn't you close school last Friday? We make that decision when we feel it is necessary to keep our students and our staff safe. And if we feel it's necessary, we will close school. I've also been asked, what measures do we have to keep you safe? So I want to share a few of those with you. We have violence threat assessment training. Threat assessment teams are available at each of our schools. Beyond the lockdown training, I want to tell you a little bit about that. Another term for it you may have heard or your parents may have talked about, it's called active shooter training. Our staff has it. If we have new staff or people that need a refresher, we sent out a memo to all staff. They can request for a school to have a refresher on this active shooter training. What we're also considering and taking to the board of whether or not students should have this training. It would have to be age appropriate, so probably we're talking about high school students. There's pros and cons about you having that training, but it is something that your families have brought up and something we are considering. We have a strong security system. What do I mean by that? Whether it's controlled access to getting into the school, having security officers at the school. We have an excellent relationship with local law enforcement. As a matter of fact, we are transitioning to a new executive director for safety and security. Mr. Romero will still be a part of our safety team, but he's taking a new position in the district, is actually the former deputy chief of police here for the city of Santa Fe, Mr. Mario Salvidres. You have drills, right? Lockdown drills, you have fire drills, you have all kinds of drills in the school. And just a little sidebar, if something were to happen at school, you are so well trained in terms of what to do. I worry more about your out of school time if you're at a mall or if you're even at church or at a theater, right? And I hope that you will utilize some of the things that you've learned here at school in those instances. If you look in your classroom, you will see an emergency response guide. It has several tabs, whether it's a gas leak or it might be a weather-related emergency. There are protocols for every type of emergency. We have regular safety committee meetings to review security and safety data. We have what's called tabletop exercises, but it actually simulates who would be where if there was an emergency at a particular district. Let's say there actually was some event where we had to maybe shut school down with you in it for, let's say, and where do the parents go to reunite with you? Where does the media go? We practice all of these scenarios and to be prepared for any kind of emergency. And we also have periodic district emergency full-scale exercises that take place. There are regular safety audits where our safety team goes to a school and makes sure that protocols, that equipment is working, whether it's cameras, radios, etc. And if we do, and I want to mention it, and I may have, if I'm repeating myself, forgive me, but on the beyond the lockdown training, the active shooter training, if we do that for students, it will require board approval. We are working on our relationship with the city. After the election, we will look at whether or not we might have armed officers on our high school campuses. That again would require board approval. But what really helps, and I have to commend you students, because you're the ones that have reported just about every threat to our principals, be it whether someone found a note or they saw a posting on social media. You have been excellent about doing that. And so it's all about the see something, say something. I also think it's important that we all work together to address bullying. You know, I think that that is an important thing. And also, if you're not feeling safe, I hope that you will, or if you're nervous or you're upset about what's been happening and you feel you would benefit from our student wellness team, let your counselor know or your principal know. And again, if there are any questions that you or your family may have, if you go to our website at sfps.info, there are a set of FAQs, frequently asked questions, about many more things that I did not mention here today. And there will also be a community forum at BF Young on Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. where we will continue to answer questions and provide information about what we're doing. But I think you'll find those FAQs, again, they're on our website, very helpful. It'll answer many more questions than what I could address today. You know, these are really difficult times, they're scary times, not only for the students but for the adults as well. But I hope that you will find comfort, and I believe this, that actually in these scary times, schools are probably one of the safest places to be. Why do I say that? Because there are so many protocols in place, there's so much training in place, and so many drills that you have become accustomed to. So I believe all of us working together, all of us reporting suspicious activity, and we will continue to look at other types of safety protocols in place. One of the things that I forgot to mention that I hope makes you feel more secure, we're implementing in April a new entry system where people will have to show their IDs when they visit our schools. It will automatically do a quick background check. We'll have good data when people come, when people leave our schools. We're also looking at implementing, it's called a Rhino door system, but it actually locks the door. It makes it very difficult to enter a classroom. Should there be a situation, it adds another layer of protection for you and your teachers. So, you know, we will continue to look at opportunities to enhance our safety and security systems. Ideas that you might have, you can always email them, you know, via our website or share them with your principals or your teachers. And just know that we really care about you. We love you. We want you to be safe. We want you to feel secure and happy here in our schools. And I thank you for paying attention. I hope you have a good rest of your day.